Many thanks to you, Nifemi. When Nigeria is positioning itself to unlock as much as $20 billion in new investments from 70 priority gas projects over the next few years as Africa's biggest economy accelerates efforts to turn its vast natural gas reserves into a springboard for industrialization, job creation, and energy security. According to Mr. Farouk Ahmed, Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, the project, drawn from a pool of more than 200 reviewed by the Decade of Gas Secretariat between July and August, represents the most viable opportunities to propel Nigeria towards its 2030 goal of becoming a gas-powered economy. Launched in 2021, the Decade of Gas initiative is Nigeria's flagship energy transition agenda aimed at harnessing the country's more than 200 trillion cubic feet of proven natural gas reserves. The initiative focuses on 4 pillars: supply infrastructure, pricing, and utilization, with an overarching goal of positioning gas as a primary fuel for the nation's industrial growth and export diversification.
The global energy landscape is changing fast, and it is essential that Nigeria adapt and even lead as we are leading. The Decade of Gas brings us to the platform that only working together can give its actual meaning. So today, I sincerely call on all stakeholders across government, industry, and finance to unite behind one purpose, to make this decade the moment when Nigeria truly became a gas-powered nation. Let us now act with urgency, integrity, and collective responsibility.
Nigeria is a gas country with over 210 trillion cubic feet of gas reserve, proven gas reserve. So one of the reasons why we're here is to actually review. It's a series of review. We're going to take about 3 weeks to work with all the project sponsors. There are over 215 projects that we have, big and small. And we're working with the project sponsors to ensure that we align with their projection in terms of demand. We're expecting that between now and 2030, there will be a potential investment of about $20 billion in investment
around gas production, gas utilization, and this session now would identify the top 50 credible projects that will be able to take the over 12.7 BCF of gas that will become available by 2030. Everyone is committed to ensure that Nigeria meets its gas economy aspirations by 2030.
An analyst within Chapel Hill, Denham, Ms. Nabila Mohammed, is calling for more enlightenment and awareness creation of the new capital gains tax designed to make investments in the capital market more attractive, reduce risk, and promote equity and confidence in the system. She spoke with me earlier in the day on Business Nigeria, reacting to the performance of the market yesterday. That's the NGX, which suffered the biggest decline since January 2024.
We need to make sure that there are supporting policies that will be friendly enough to attract investors. So my point exactly is that if there is a lot of uncertainty and there's a lot of panic in the market, it means that something needs to be done with regards to enlightening the investors properly and letting them understand how it may or may not affect them. And that's what brings me back to the information that, was sort of shared in the market, just letting everyone know that there are talks ongoing with regards to how this particular TGT, the capital gains tax, will be applied, and that has, sort of reduced the fears in terms of from the investor standpoint. And we're seeing, some of them buy the stocks that lost yesterday. So I believe there should be more talking, there should be more education, there should be more clarity for investors to have that, or be rest assured that their money are safe and their gains that they have recorded are not something that will be charged a lot based on the tax that they would start to implement or be implemented from next year.
Within that same note, capital market operators want the government to take another look at the capital gains tax in the new tax laws of 2025. Stockbrokers complained to the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy that the proposed percentage tax on trade gains might be a disincentive to investment. Effiong Gekop reports.
These are stockbrokers. They trade on companies' shares, government bonds, and market derivatives. The stockbrokers have picked holes in the provisions of the tax laws signed by President Bola Tinubu for effective operation from January 1st, 2026. In market circles, there have been arguments on capital gains tax, which provides charges on huge sales of stocks, attracting up to 30% of tax on proceeds. Some people say the charge is on the high side, acting as disincentive to market investments.
The government is now aware that for them to really develop this economy, the Nigerian capital market must be at par with our counterparts worldwide. And that is what we are saying today. The Nigerian capital market has come to achieve that. And we are ready to support the government in any way we can.
When Minister of Finance and Coordinator of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, visited the NGX exchange on Tuesday, complaints and requests centered on capital gains tax.
For the capital gain tax, we are saying let investors get their benefit. You will encourage a lot of people to come to the market. However, when you saw tax and tax, already we are paying 10% VAT. We are paying withholding tax. Okay, so adding this tax again, capital gain tax, will be a burden not only to investors but to the market as a whole.
Explanations that trading patterns has nosedived on the back of fear of excessive taxation on trade gains. Mr. Edun said his office will raise the issue to government as a means of helping stock market people to stay in business.
We have heard what you have said on capital gains tax. We are looking at it and we will consult and we will, at the end of it, decide, and hopefully we will decide what is best for Nigeria and Nigerians, including your market.
Stockbrokers honored the minister with their family song.
For he is a jolly good fair Lord.
The market and its operators look up to the minister, who is also a stockbroker, to identify with their corporate challenges. Efyong Ekop, TVC News, Lagos.
Finally, the market reversed the trend of losses recorded in more than 1 week. Analysts attribute positive trading to Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, who promised to reappraise capital gains tax issues raised by operators. The index of the market jumped by nearly 3% on the back of assurance and positive development for market growth. Main big cash improved prices by 10%. Many big caps, they include GT Holdings, Nigerian Breweries, Zenith Bank, O&O, and PZ. Trading companies with losses were Transcorp Power, Vitafoam, Austin Lars, Red Star, Express, and Abbey Buildings.